can no what has no any give the car or the back what the yenche said the hatch folk casa mafo operado or no so atete asenum ede ate okay o chemu a o say say hatch folk ekeka omo ho so omo ba obi ani.
So we share your image. Any 9 points from 7 matches. We can say you ensure the good starter. Now you expecting. But once again, as you to say in football, you are very much encouraging. And they say we share team no match after match be a improving. Omo very much consistent in terms of performance. Once we know who's our team no, as we GD say team no, we have solid foundation. And it will give you long-term success. Yeah. So for us, yes, you shall see, but once again, a competition. Inti, we wish them good luck. But yes, share your team out there. See at ya. Say team na yes, share them crack. It could do baby and you be any beka yasem. Ubi abeka yasem mamae because in him say the players no we have quality, we have dedicated players. Okay, coach near also the team achieve here. I think that with the support of every single phobia into the Abribia no yakaze ejuma no nipa ba ko ntimi you hear the support of Hasufuk ni bia baby obia. Let's put our shoulders to it and then throw the support behind the team. Almost anya don go ye ni masida.
Onka so omo team na ye ready o so omo gusu omo sese kakra omo sese nemum so omo sese wi a still no amene ne di managing director yi di akwa ho nkomo operado de ne di abetum pass omo hu bibi omo nice bibi so anana kasa no mo ka bi
abusu amdas na opare men kasa na quite different from the no IT no ne de ne say o chance say o hihye team na hu consistency match after match I say wonam kwan pa no so na one emphatic as in sene no MD no kan say won beje na Africa no opare analyze football no sport no sene tie when o build the team and yema was say o hye but obewie no say o mujitum so man sha say no mo da sro ni o say in the long term no possible long term no house of folk betimi aba
long term this is na long term
there how long wa my parameter no but see a long term near can the anymore as will be yeah
but the MD was emphatic say this season omoji league perform
but opare the as a communicator wa communicating ye so at say the long term could be the end of the season, it could be next season, it could be anything. So I say,
and I bet 10 years to come.
Possible because Omako 10 years before and son almost a trophy into possible, but Nidiano, senior or they Ninsam ne buy way better than the MD Nika. Also, I say he doesn't belong to that stage. I was say or Kasa in terms of the on-field performance, but upon area say. Yan stati 9 points no out of 21 there and shadanye but so who build the team na match after match who say consistency and indeed the last 5 or 4 games of about we are seeing that consistency
in the last 5 games
yes in terms of ball na kasa or more ball on field interpositional play exchanges of passes anyhow or more attack no you can see say and your mess so be a casano yeni say I don't think say ubetime I don't know like you have dividing opinions but I feel say that's the right thing house of folk build in the last 5 games that wa mention and nyoma ekoyi stability be aba ball no more bonnet the obeka say so more to also say etime anya points then you can then say the long term now all can possibly ebia has betime drew but to say performance here has we now 21 9 out of 21 now to me make it bold statements of league in India say they are okay but I think say me impressed with the communication from Opariado than the NYT because Opariado more of a sporting sort of communication or why analysis actually football no which means situation ase and was admit to say 9 points out of 21 there enye ade ye na mmom no science bi kyerɛ sɛ so ombeto aso de omu ye dia enioma looks positive in the long term and the long term no frame no and ye ka say the long term ase our football it could be 10 years, it could be the whole of the season, it could be next season or probably a season after. I'm impressed with the parody one joining the queue. No more kasi Yankobo African, but rather no analyze it and watch baby omudina, Pempesu Mosesi, and the baby Ompesu Mudru, and then your match say, baby Ompesu Mudru no, Ombeti draw, which is fair. Until fair play to Opare and in some now Okano.
Sarah, I had to can start season ye. Minim. Nansen ese niema fa kakra den na esi enchi ha sese aye kasa no mo kasa no mo kan nyina no eye ese very ambitious enu ase utie ade akwa MD ne speech no mo J League no omo ko Africa so omo ko perform na ne oparede bia to so se mo amoda omo ni mo de mo ntwe omo gu so den na esi ade no mo concentrate enhyehyɛ team yi ma boys yi nhwɛ so mbɔ enkofa pressure bi meto boys yi so se kinkyira manager se ye J League akɔbɔ Africa ne ade kasa yi
well communication the team I mean a team must communicate whatever it is there be was a constant flow of information every team never about supporters on them kwan ya befa so manage our information na very important team be to me say main carry supporters but I think for me operate communication no ball full tape no I realize that or communicate quite well or try say has free baby na ba be draw and more improve match after match so omo hit omo hit prime and as omo enya form no nya pick it up na fei with time because long term na no can say time and all they can and as I know that they be as my can one has team very talented what you more in the last matches of you see say consistency abemu performance and control I mean young guys in the performance and it was true but the biana you can say for a team biana made up of young players you know the biana was o the idea back ema omo and only a friend time you know the operate communicate is one time factor ama ho anka be me wan kakra manager na say this season general manager no and operate so in the long term no you see and so operation can say season we are na say in the year king never be chance but in the long term there idea to me and can be I could be any time at all this season next 2 seasons you know some I mean the way of communicating for me that is how I expect communication to be done yes who raise the expectation at the same time no oh actually pan say in the long term until man you hear say animu ya nyoma be na has a show bia there be or say with time and your mother
MDCCC PRO say
well MD managing director may not necessarily be a communicator kasa no act friends act say suan year obia kasa biye obia kasa but you obia na bet me na I a communications officer because we all my kasa no ye kire kwan ya obefa so aka no eti no manager general manager betumi aka ne de based on your man why you based on your bia and so oh we should be able to deliver but you know very well say in football won't mean for on especially say o hwede de addes na aya and I will betumi de agina so ahwe say whether say wo de no we good to we okay but me on the basis of what the other teams be I mean say has de no e be take America cry so I'll go with operates communication
yan hwe pepe mama but prosper na to ogun aka asem bi before that hands issue no okay yeah but prosper say or enjoy free hand what he say duma wo ye Kotoko no obi an interrupt no obuma na kwan ma no aye do prosper enim we nyina wona we nyina on last season o disappointed big times and we dey yentie ne free hand asem ne se do si echechem na pepe mfa yengram enko adakoja acho.
I mean, your engagement with the club and then what you intend to do will let whoever are the people behind you as management or board or whatever it is to give you that free hand to do your job. I mean, one, if you are honest and upright, you're on top of your job. I mean, you design your sessional plan and then you execute it. You show it to them, you execute it. I mean, you make sure that you are always engaging them to let them understand what you want to do. Once you do this, I'm sure any management or any board will give you that liberty to work. It is when they realize that you yourself, you don't know what you are doing. Yeah. Then they will tell you that if you are a coach, they also know football. They have been following. So you have to convince them that you are on top of your job. Like for instance, when it comes to player selection, you are fair. Those you think deserve to play, you put them out there to play. Once you are able to do all these things, I'm sure they will give you the freedom to do. I coach Ebusuan Dwarfs, Nana Batla, Nana Edu and Co. They never jumped into my work. I mean, sometimes as late as 10, 11 o'clock, I'll be on phone with Nana Batla and Nana Edu just to give them briefing of what happened. So they were in Accra and they were comfortable. Mr. Ansa will come, whatever he has to do in terms of our accommodation, our feeding, everything. We do all these things. So once they get to know that you are on top, I mean, they will give you the liberty to do. I was at Wafa, Mr. Brooking never interfered. I worked, I got the results, Elimina Sharks. So here too, it's the same thing. Nobody's interfering. All that I'm trying to you understand is that show that you are on top of your job and communicate to them your intent. It's all about dialogue and communication. Once you do that and you are honest in your selection, that is it.
Now is Prosper enjoy free hands pa.
Oh yes, so we a two incidents on one the only thing is enye situation say yes
87.9 Kumasi.
Ntesa da bia okoye Real Madrid coach only full authority over sporting decisions.
Yes.
They buy player without asking you. Okoye bi omo dwene ho say acha next year abeko. Yakoto player adagula ba fa ne no bedi ho nkomo. Yakoto Hendrik odi 17 years. I'm na be Madrid for the next 10 years. Who na be buza opinion. Big clubs, traditional clubs, enye da bia.
Yeah.
But the current Kotoko setup because Makato is a Prosper unique position. It doesn't normally happen.
Yeah.
To Prosper, for instance, on your coach or a manager.
Yes.
Or enjoy Sadia na Alex Ferguson will enjoy
English managers. No.
Prosper by players or pay. But in other settings, you may tell us you need a player. Management could share on come.
Yes.
There be Aquano ne ball no fair. They will talk, they won't bring him. But Prosper is in a unique position where or a management member or a part of the IMC or the technical person within the IMC. I know Kusapi also a technical person within the IMC. Yeah. And tries to be strategy on your baby, young go to way baby. So the fact of the matter is a true. So Prosper enjoy a lot of freedom. But Entisa maybe say the normal thing say your for coach near Jaw say you man be a coaches baby or more ideas pa but team be or appointed sporting director biano. The sporting sense of the club is determined by that person, not you, the head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, top player, not judging club. Players be a person top especially when he won the league, he won the Champions League. No expect a certain budget. But Liverpool for him, we are not in that bracket. Our bracket now, you war insatiable idea. You check nibi. You have to compete with Kakrayabo to acquire Sabi at the rooms. Yes, Prosper. Where do you want mechanism? Okay. And I know he's enjoying that freedom now. Ideally, a coach may want to get, but me, I'll be one person that be a mekaze. Team from a coach, I mean, Kazima, you need that.
No,
we are no coach for.
What do you remu at the Kudach? But Asante Kotoko deputy captain, Justice Blay. I can't say, minim say, has MD commentary, and I'm Blay say. Players or more Asante Kotoko say, or more target pa is to win the league. Or more winning league New Year. Or more Africa. No more compare for more yardie. na ne nyinaa ɛyɛ the talent and quality a ɔmo ekita sisi nti ɔmo de nso ɔmo ade sra ne sɛ supporters no enter ɔmo akyi throughout the season they will win the league and perform in Africa.
Medi so ade ne say like yebetimi abo ma asante men amagye cup no na yetimi abo Africa because yebo bi ache nti me medi so ade ne say yebetimi mini league way na yakọ Africa na this is don't say quality no so osoro yeah na how yesi ekasa ye ho no eno so eka ho na especially who like samba say any abro say na obi asori a sheni dem like just say eco training yeah nti say different from last season about we no ofri baby na abanto no na woni ne be kan bro no kwa be den nti osori a sheni dem just say eco training nti different from last season message abedema your supporters no and no more my fans for mo support me and say like mo bompa enfanta bechi na sana premier ma ko mi bia no ye sia no na madam aseso e was a moya e ma me bia aseda na me mama na mo keep and support team no so Asante man because Asante man energy na obi aso ye dey anybody nti mesramo mun keep na mun support team no sanya last season esi no this is nsisa nti mun support bia mo Martin ni bia mun keep na mun bra stadium so because mun ba na yetimi eden edi nkohim nti mun boy na mun bompa man especially players na because here no ya na endorse nti mun kwaso na mun bompa fama players no na bibia yeden on to the mine this season na ye wa say bia nyame ya adom na say support we so a nyambo Sunday ye bedin kwahim
say ombe so omoje opese omoje league no omko Africa ekwehisan so omoye bi ache nti o make a plea to the supporters say momra ometa omochi mompaye emomo eno de ebetimi ana ombetimi aye pepe Asante Kotoko play asebi omo betimi omo ye capable eno a na ye hwe time my house am did the buy lo ye kofa Kotoko aka fa ye twa mo ho na fa ye hwe wo se pitch bi asem.
But we have said it Kotoko before the start of the season ka say so mo jili so we are not changing yentimi change the narrative and I'm catch say even heart to folk no in their problems it is expectation is say we a big club as o jili no I say me kaza nobody can run away from that and until I am in person obi ade pressure beto so we a house we a Kotoko person we had pressure beto so pressure is be better so they are supposed to be winning and that ade ba kwa so mo ye jemjepani no kwase we say Kotoko any house there they are supposed to be winning and another calculation shows say Kotoko accumulate 77.7% of available points. So they are on a very good path. So bet me aje the league no.
Okay.
Asante Kotoko at the second because or one game in hand.
Yes.
Or clear game you are able to aka second no. So we need that game now. Na yebo league na be se me lead na bia me lead the other match 2 na yes ye pe win am nka ho. Say they are ho. Enti for Kotoko it is the minimum expectation. Ubo Kotoko aye me can say players say omo fan so minimum expectation is obege league. Say Barcelona problems omo ko last season the last 2 seasons. Barcelona for some Champions League. Say Isaac ko focus afena kakra Barca is a club that is expected to win the La Liga and win the Champions League every year.
Sure.
Enti eno no be panyi. Me jiri pasa wo mo ebe say adwuma no enso ewo and Justice Blay, he's seen it all. I was Asante Kotoko. Oh, players of more experience, power Asante Kotoko. He say, "Ono, or more Kotoko." Na channel Justice Blay. He need to lead the boys and let them know they must accept it. Ubo Kotoko. Minimum expectation. Minimum
is to win the league.
Is to win the league. Then you go to Africa and try to perform in our current settings. You know, Oko Africa no anje obi anya ohe. But you go and try to perform. But league ready. Sentina Kotoko waji bi che obia. Entina has and I the second waji bi che obia no. Enti be na ne expect o mo ne enko expect say league we ye twen Karela say Karela ne bit maji. Lions ne bit maji no. Asante Kotoko are always tipped to win the league from the start. It doesn't matter the previous year problem will come. On my recruitment, edge league, yes, season I see, and I was a penny me catch you. Kotoko 14 from possible 18. Has are competing for 21. Nebiaka has a 17, 18. Be one. One of the guys says has Gilly. Any analysis be about has chances of winning the league. Overshot from the current season you are able. Possible 21. Ukra 9. Or drop 11. Into Ukra less than 50% of points available. No? Then another shapey discussion is okay. And yeah, has no possibility of winning. And no quite more baby. If you do that analysis now, you're crazy.
RCC chairman Alex Menu Asante region was your motion league and the FA Cup and him. Justice Blay, it's a league. No more quiet idea of African supporters. Sorry. Omo bet me. But
actually, Nano say IMC no crack with meeting. Mamma catches or more. I see one person double. IMC no person double. That is the expectation that they need to work.
What's the artificial turf be?
The penny. Uramo Adakojacha. Enra. I'm the Kotoko train area.
Okay.
Tiaviano and Aminyanti say a Jumabia Shassia a Koso Ewo. Another side of Adakujachi.
I said from one joining Wakoma 87.9 FM on Facebook. My own videos na Shasia. Flubra. Na in some of people can or the pictures ni videos no. HHM. Brana also baby.
Wait the second trading page no more. Eguso yes wajumano.
Okay.
Enuni.
Dia na oka so movie
yes, it's the second trading page now more yes these videos are as recent as and they are very very recent videos. And okoho there be amakacho minimum timer omo mo page so pon. Every time you get there they are there. Omo yo mo minimum but light in terms of na omo into to be to say baba ya radio no mo here. So they are working. So this is the second trading page. I just want us to use this for the analysis.
Okay.
Obi oni madakoja achibia uduru a na wan ko ba bia e form na omo etutu e borehole ni ade na sia wokọ second trading page. Now back esoro a first building na wu no eye Dr. Kigisapo building
87.9.
O try no a no wokọ the Dr. Kwame Che na na Mboza container project no. O try no call another building another Dr. Kigisapo air. Now take me to the new works going on and we shall say enra.
Aye.
Enti aha eh. Unso udra da koja cha. Now cause a third building America na. If you have FBC or every fire mapoko if you finish one. Baby asase ne koka no. I want the other end no. Nyame fa ne currency. Ona ebuzapanyi adwuma has afie ni.
Okay.
Enti hana sa adwuma we ahyase a ekoso ehyase enra
87.9.
Omo ya dey.
Enra omo de
As ye gi asase ni nyina.
ntomo hippie red soil we no.
Okay.
Bibribe ebegu so.
Okay.
In fact anwea na egu a wo na mfiri adakoja ache ho.
Oh, okay. Nya for more no more to know.
Debi mama yo se menya nra pictures no. Nipa na me okọ no the pictures bi mama nra ti.
Okay.
We de omo de begu so na car na level so no. Enso egu so a level so eye adwuma omo atwe anwea na bibribe.
Okay.
And omo de eba ebegu so. Enso sa adwuma no ekoso enra and almost said you want to say. Now, the penny young fun to yourself. Urum now cosa and not make a honor. Says Arsenal. A course a question na and as we have got assassin.
Oh, okay.
It's building way easy way. And no any assassin. No.
Okay.
It's a fetch only coding that's you have got assassin. And a honor. It is our old building. I make us say, not a Dr. Casapo is here. Sir, a cooperative agreement. Rather than
cooperative agreement.
I said, no, and I know so this year, first floor, maybe a TP Mezimbi, because now Mezimbi are top player. And now Umberto Benechampo. No, so a petrol electrical, nice floor, no. Aha. I know, Japan, Omuji at the core.
87.9.
And Rabra, me say a construction, a cost and terms of, and I may try to be Nipano Moya Jumano. Now, Yabuso say, what is going on there no more because apparently the last time I went there I met somebody who gave me an information. He said this week adwuma bekoso name say ɔmo bɛtu foundation de asi building anaasɛ ɔmo bɛyɛ another pitch no wɔntuma nkyerɛ nti obi otie Saturday bia meka wɔ ha sɛ adwuma bɛkɔ so this week na mmom adwuma korɔ na bɛkɔ so no menyɛ privy to what specifically will go on ɛwɔ Anakoja akyi hɔ fortunately Kabiru mama pictures bi mepɛ deɛ na anwea no hipi go ne bi na yɛmfa ɛnyɛ adwuma ni ɛtɛpɛtɛ panyi ɔmo driver no twi bɛgu so a but na car no so
anwea wei na ɔmo level no
tiɛ no na ɔmo afei deɛ ɔmo level so ɛde try sɛ ɔmo bɛnya hɔ no ɛno na information kura me ne sɛ Kotoko ɛyɛ a third pitch because currently ɔmo wɔ two ɛwɔ baako ɛna ɛ functional deɛ ɔmo yɛ so training sisi a no ɛyɛ functional na the videos the what I saw today meaning say weekend is Kotoko kɔ nyina ase
yes
but me drew on say nneɛma bebrebe ɛwɔ containers no mu adabina o sere steve ozo mu ni ayi mo wa ne no me kɔ na abɛnkyɛ no deɛ ɔmo de twa stadium lines nti wɔtwa training page ɔmo twa lines nyinaa oh no owie no san de bɛhyɛ o eti ɔmo ayɛ lines no ɛwɔ pitch no so ɛwɔ baabi a sisi ɔmo yɛ training no ɔmo twa lines ni nyinaa ɛwɔ hɔ ɛnɛ but that's not the purpose yɛ kɔ nti na no ɛnyɛ part of deɛ yɛ kɔ yɛ eti ɛbusa panyin afɛ wura yɛn kɔ videos no so ɛnna ɔmo de wɔ ni bɛ gu hɔ no ɛnna fɛ ɔmo ahyɛ ase a wɔn alevel so awie owura na ɛnna odi adwuma n'anim no ɔyɛ engineer na maame nhwɛ na me mo ne din yie owura ne kyerɛ mu a ɛyɛ third pitch a ɛyɛ artificial nti a third pitch ɛyɛ artificial
na ɛsɛ wɔnya natural grass
dabi ɛyɛ third pitch ɛyɛ artificial eti engineer owusu engineer owusu ɛna nnura wɔn edi anim a wɔn bɛhyɛ saa adwuma wɔ ase now na me pese me hu because as a hɔ no ɛhɔ nso bebrebe saa it is going to be a standard pitch ɛyɛ astrotef anaasɛ ɔmo bɛyɛ ɔn sɛ deɛ yɛyɛ no Ghana ha bebrebe no ɛnyɛ normal football standard pitch no ɛno bi ana ɔpanyin kyerɛ mu sɛ ɔno ɛyɛ adwuma na yɛde ama no sɛ wɔbɛyɛ adwuma na yɛde ama no no deɛ onim a obetumi ahyɛ ɛne sɛ ɛyɛ artificial pitch ɛna ɔmo bɛyɛ no hɔ I've gone behind to do checks and Asante Kotoko ever constructed a standard astrotef.
Wow.
A standard astrotef. Ewo baby currently uji. Na bi zapani asasena so pa o. Adokoja achina so pa. Still ebi mo I encroach there but the down so. So we omo ndwiri ya na minim say e kwa ase oni nyina ada so ya Kotoko dia. It is enough ebetimi amount a full size pitch. Mo ye no artificial.
Ya owura no so ahye say omo ye full size pitch.
Yes, a full size pitch and omo ye.
Astrotef.
Abujapani.
Yes sir.
Construction of the astrotef ebeteki 6 months per the information that I got.
6 months.
Busumi nsia ena contractor no ede beye adwuma.
Na say October the MSA end there we.
Until November, December, January, February, March, April. Till April there na you expect say all else constant. When you say construction is always subject to anyoma bebrebe. It is all things being equal. By April na omo awi. Na adwuma we mapanyi we so be cost say there. Second page no adwuma no da bia eguso a ekoso. I've told you make me the message gem. Say adwuma no omo break da, omo guso omo ye ne da bia. Da bia metwam ho bia me kwaye kwan so bia me fa ho obekọ mo ho eye adwuma me hu se container no project no ko for the mattress abedidam mattress a ombeda ho jo mo be adwuma we no they are going to ombeda ho no ma ye adwuma nti omo nko ma
okay
na per my checks
container bedroom na
this project is fully funded by His Royal Majesty Opem so say to be
wow.
It is a project that is fully funded by the owner and life patron of Asante Kotoko.
Yes.
Engineers they will not be taking money from Kotoko office. Say be omo frɛ accountant no makusia no mo frɛ administrator. E be omo frɛ na penkra makojiska. Aje say be sika no. Ye de amomo semu ntua. Other than that, the construction is funded from the Menchia Palace.
Okay.
Na eno na ema my idea bi say I'm say adwuma we na ebeba bit and pieces ah we be piece together no na mfonyin bi akotoko for to omo Twitter handle no announce project no
na da wo
na but ka bi we so nya za mfonyin amame a unzo mo post to the Kings project
yeah
maka choma nkra bi be ka say oh settings na penkra pese confirm no dano na I was quite furious na mbisa say omo ka say nya hwan na nim na penkra before otumfo e ba be ye no IMC chairman hwan na nim say ye pe omo be kotoko ka ho na opem so no eyi na penkra so nya adwuma ma no he didn't have to consult you.
Sure.
So if you want to confirm him, say on trust on a permanent basis, why would an Africa have to go and do something to represent something and sign to for Eddie Jumana Manasonia? And per the checks now, me here, you know, not just 6 months maximum, and a project we a BD and with the baby. In fact, according to information I'm so if all materials are readily available, if all resources are available, it is possible to say ebia enu 6 months no na nipa we e dia ma oh yeah Astro tefa okọ kwada so school no mfa no be poso kwada so ma wo say omo ya Astro tefa o sa park no so anom de yi no and a progressive part the last time go twam and then me duru o say de esi kọ no enti abuzapan aha say see aye ka say there's a 3 pictures one.
Okay, so picture nini.
On say yenya 2 natural pictures no say adakoja chi sisi e.
1 2.
1 2 no. Ana artificial one no.
Asa na dance ho no.
E set the side no so. E face different direction.
Yes.
And also say the when me anu si one when he face na. Come here say I am not an architect. I don't have the competence to interpret buildings and drawings and all of that. Yeah. Yes, I need our competence, no? But it is giving me a certain picture. Say 2 natural pictures, 1 artificial pitch, and getting there. Baby on basis administration, you know. On says MVV. Wow. And to bet me about. And just a project, you know. A bet me and kakranka enra. Me call me because penny be frame say Pepe ya my update or you know, but me person mu say eti da ben on bewie. Da ben on bewie. Panyina me friend no observe that cratching what's it what to assess it dan pe na me simple I know say na wusi no ka kire wi asese da be na be wi wa wusi u dan atre no wo ko ka say e dan ya mi si me sha say be wi nda say na me simple da be say opem so na ye ni project dey amani team till there is no timeline say say by say no no and determine say I want you to go and do this no the who scam no my but say entire project no ebe wie da ben dia make kwakwa champo metie yi nipa na me friend na se obuta me anu say ohun obi onu esi ni fie o say government project da be cut sort ne aka say ye cut sort for the construction of a 6-unit classroom block for say ne be di 1.5 years ne awie but we dey wa wu si wa dia onya so say communicate say me did say and what we saw today something that I think encourages the supporters. Na asha omun krai kakra. Da bia ya utaka say has project na ba bi ekukoduru no. E kan obi. E ma wo ye dan ya akotoko ne has no ba ko ye ade no. Indirectly the pressure kakra e beto so say wo ye ode. And today Kotoko at least two projects koso simultaneously. The second natural pitch works going on currently. Second natural pitch the juma koso. Ena omo asase enra ebe an artificial pitch per my information the project is fully funded by the municipalities opem so say to review ena funded the project. In fact contractor no okay say make say the contractor is a personal contractor of the Great King.
Yeah.
Na contractor no say on the sea sa new jubilee ibina opem so ewo municipalities side omo pa won to man. Aha nti oya adwuma no we are na wahye frase e dey amopem so and this is ya video it should be around 2:30 thereabout.
Okay.
Around 2:30 na we yi na production enya say video so as current as you can get it and adwuma no koso construction of the 3rd pitch. It will be an artificial pitch for Asante Kotoko and asase ewo Adakujache as we speak of.
Pepe Suarez. Seraph, Mame mra so Justice Blaze statement ya wa make yi. Eno ani e discuss has the
you are dropping in ranking. We have dropped in rank, and it's a serious matter. And it's just the way I didn't corner you the blade the moon for it's a serious matter. It's no, we cannot continue to take this. We can't continue to do this. We can't continue to do this. This is
the last one near the 70th.
No, I say Yakaya not tomorrow.
What can you do?
No, we can do something. We cannot to do this. It's very unfair to Omaya your friend who a football nation. It is unacceptable. And graph now this toast no me have I mean for graph now me the new mama ensa e the amount they would you are Ghana yɛdeɛ ne deɛ kyɛ sɛ yɛakɔ so drop it but family adeɛ baako bi ama in 2008 for ranking awurade nyankopɔn enti sɛbi obiani ano ɔtɔ bɛkea ka biribi akyerɛ nkurɔfoɔ yi anasɛ yɛagye atom sɛ ɔno agu nti sɛ yɛa na ɛbɛyɛ ɔpanyi when it doesn't tell any story Mozambique now this is world ranking in world ranking February 2008 the whole world na Ghana to 14th October 2024 from 14th to 73rd February 2008 na Ghana ye first in Africa ranking ya kwa 14th in Africa yinti dia pan football people nti embarrass o man so o I can't say o ma to many area na the football people are more ye kan mo sama na football people nti are you not embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed about this perennial decline in Ghana's fortunes as a football nation? Munye embarrassed. Mumfere. Enya mufere. Say, omaya football ye nyaibo. Na ye tauti ye say ye football nation. 2008 how many years ago? 2008, 2018. That should be 2024. That should be about 40 years. 14 years ago, near your first in Africa. Yet the 14 years abeda 14th in Africa.
2008
say 16 years. See, yet the 16 years about. Open yet the 16 years are free. 14th in the world. Abba 73 year 100. If there are some we are seeing now minus a ranking 100 and something. Just you say yeah baby done there what is wrong? Can't you fix the problem? If you can't fix the problem, so get out. No, you be me fix it because it looks like where are you? The sycophants, no. The be a but chairman, president. So I say, the football is on the decline. For graph no to ready. I did some credit here more. Yet the 5 years, in the last 5 years, your movies are look at the way it's a declining situation. Even stabilize and cry is a problem. And there's some crania.
Sarah, 5 years, it was after normalization.
Yeah, normalization. That is
top one.
To normalization, they got 200. 2019, 2020, and I started saying,
more people for no better.
But
Sarah, the reality is that Omo football, they are not there. So baby, they are only concerned any heartbreak in anything.
Say omani nyina yeja omo de sa adwenfun we to omo say where your mom interest.
The ebemo na ye ne ya ne say Ghana will fail to qualify for a major tournament onkonya ni sika. But to say they have any proper plans for Ghana football, forget it. The only solution for Ghana, me say, so ko baby ni system no say net here. Now share one peculiar situation. Now we implementing on them wawa. Talk to those people say, me me cruise there. Send you subai TNT. Why the any see any? The only way I bet my savage football is that government should run our football. That would be the only way. But to give it to the so-called football people, they are not interested. Me say Ghana football declining, and I'll continue saying this. I am because of the Blasters. The entire Ghana football say before 2006, I go World Cup. Not the interest of every Ghanaian was on our local league. But the moment that these guys qualified us to the World Cup, no one say now since Kabi Kura of FIFA mu ebetima GD. That was the end. World Cup big football no. And I make a they don't have the interest because the people at the helm no only need the development of the football at Ato. They are only there to make money.
Aya de nyansa no munnimu
ana. Aya nyansa. Aya de selfish interest.
Saraf. Aya nyansa no munnimu ana.
No, I think that the nyansa dey. But at the end I say when national interest, when the
qualify for World Cup.
Say they are driven by money. Sikao. Into at the end I say league na mo bonus sikanim ya jano mo adie you sikem na say body mante blaster no mu nyina
and say rap say that
e ba no sana football no base nagu into ball na ye bo no local league no ya na ache na ye bo hanom na ye de kai wo say the wedding camera and ye twa na ye de jeje ani wo kromu hanom we are not focused in building okay almost ye bo and at the end the tournament bi o pick 10 teams that don't go on now. What's why Ghana football?
Say the problem is the only solution is a government by J-ball now running as a FIFA. Oh, honey, they will say young farmer football body be no money, but media and me say any year. Yeah, for decades, any year because say they are okay. Nipana or your management member, young fan is sorry to say young apostles are now say be Kim Pfizer. Ni interest in say Obeko executive committee be so. Management committee be so the personal money. See, the interest is not fighting for the club. So before 2006, they were Liga Sunday will be out showing Prancer 9 commentators will be rushing up match bank and commentators no any interest in running a local league. Why? Because the interest has been a Blasters. I mean the benchmark. The success of story of Ghana football. No, but that Blasters now are you focusing you seek any a lot of opa within that year now. This trajectory from young calculate how much money you're spending on Blasters. Still no decline. This is the way you decline your tiaba from tiakwa see a career there from one more. Something is fundamentally no. I was say. When football people meet at their congress, Oko on mass and Nkwade Bonkru. I take congress and I realize that the football people are the biggest. In fact, the problem of Ghana football is the football people themselves. Me call congress na me obia your problems Ghana football power. Me expect to say enyansa fuasia. Opening you brainstorming finding out solutions at the committees come out with recommendation follow up rolling out a roadmap they achieve the Ghana football but wow we are against bia would you resume sir what is the problem what is all this?